Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to twitch.tv/Ice Cream Applause. My name is Graham D, and I'm joined by the man that they call Good
morning. I might need to turn you up your ears a little bit. I don't know if he was whispering them.
Me,
Doesn't...
I was pretty quiet, but I'm also trying to get my mic placement right. It's kind of off, but the audio levels just seem to be all over the place at the moment. Like testing. Like my mic is up fucking high. Let me just tweak. Okay, is that a bit louder now?
Yeah.
Is it too loud for the stream? If it is, let me know. It might be because I'm yellowing. I'm not redlining yet, but I'm talking. If I'd hit some of the high notes, just about, maybe touch it down. Test. There we go. Okay. Anyway, good morning. Welcome. My name is Graham, and I've been testing, and you've been listening. Thank you. Much appreciated. Anyway, I'm joined by the man that we call Bibby. We together are Team Ice Cream. And true ice creamy fashion, this is The Scoop, your daily dose of news from the world of video games. We bring you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories each and every single weekday at 10 a.m.-ish on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Applause. It might be 7 minutes past 11 right now, but it's fine. It's close-ish to 10 in the grand scheme of things. But anyway, yes, we are the UK's #1 video games podcast, even if we do say so ourselves. It's fine. I got a notification coming in a second ago as well. I heard it in my ear. Thank you for the ice cream, Yorkie Ladder. What a name. Thank you very much for the host this morning. Good morning, welcome in. If you are in the chat, and if you are in the chat from Yorkie Ladder's channel, then please feel free to get involved in the discussions in our Twitch chat this morning, because we turn this live stream into a video and an audio podcast. The video podcast goes on YouTube a little bit later on in the day, and then the audio podcast goes on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Google Play. That's 4 different audio places that you can digest this. And if you're listening to us on demand on YouTube or on the audio podcast, then hi. Obviously, you guys can drop comments on YouTube, but you can't get involved in the Twitch chat. But if you are here live, do that now, as Enix has done this morning, fresh off the back of yesterday's PUBG win spectacular, rocking his new VIP badge, and he is joined alongside him by Mr. Chucky Boy 1234, who also has that VIP badge. Shiny. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Bib.
Hello.
Apart from absolutely necking 2 bottles of rosé within 30 seconds. This is what I'm hearing. This is all I'm hearing. This is what I've heard on the grapevine. I hear you've been pretty busy beefing out our Masters of the League, detail central kind of thing.
Yes, some may say that I'm still doing it now. Again, thank you to Chucky Boy for giving me the how to do it, because again, the PC version of the game is so much different than it is on the PlayStation. It's a lot more complex if you don't know what you're doing, and I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So he gave me some ideas a couple of days ago as to how I can actually do this. So yep, I've just been adding face pack after face pack after face pack.
Well, I've done nothing that constructive, really. We finished on the stream yesterday, me and Jordan. A couple of wins on stream, jobs are good, and then went for a mooch and just existed after that. Should I play? No. Should I get up? No. Apart from when I came onto came to bed at silly o'clock this morning, walked past this room, the studio office sort of setup, and realised that my PlayStation had been on for like 15 hours unattended. I was like, fuck! So turned it off. It's all good. Jordan says, nearly finished normal mode, Minecraft Dungeons, getting that high level loot. Have you played any more Minecraft Dungeons?
I haven't actually. I haven't played it for the last day or so. I do need to get back into it, but since Alpe helped me sort my PC out as well, can't you see there's a pattern here of people helping me do stuff because I'm fucking useless? But since he helped me sort my PC out, I've been using Xbox Game Pass, and I fancied a game like Grand Theft Auto that isn't Grand Theft Auto because I've done it so many times. So I decided to download Saints Row 4, and I've been playing a bit of that on my PC. I absolutely love it. It plays like a dream. However, the most annoying part about it is when I sort my keybinds out, I'll leave the game, I'll go back in, and my keybinds are completely different. They're back to default. I don't know how to save them so that they just stay the same. Usually you do them, save the game, and then that's it. But for some reason, I can't get it to save, so it's a little bit annoying.
Morning, Phantom. How's things?
Morning, geezer.
I mean, when I say morning, I mean morning. Like, God, Hashtag Team No Sleep. I'll read. Yoki Ladder says, well, my name was Yoki Pud Party. Okay. Still, one of the best names I've ever seen on Twitch, that, by the way, just because, Yoki Pud's absolutely rock. Well, my name was Yoki Pud Party. However, after recent events of not being able to climb down ladders on Warzone, a new name rose. I need to know more information on that, so please drop that in the chat. I need to know. Anyway, whilst you're dropping that into chat, we will jump into our first news story because we have Masters of the League. So all of the editing that Bibby's been doing with the help of Chat VIP Chucky Bear 1234 on Masters of the League, we have that following this stream. So let's not beat around the bush. Let's get into the news. We can go through the news and we can get started with Masters of the League because I know a lot of you guys want to see that. So anyway, jumping in, first bit of news of the day. I literally hadn't seen this until Bibby shared the news for today, and first thing I did was get up and went and speak to my daughter because we were having conversations about this last night, but I'll jump on that after I've told you what it is. This should be the story. There we go. Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 3 has been delayed. Again, this was written by Sherif Saed for VG247. And the article says, the beginning of Fortnite's Chapter 2 Season 3 has been pushed back again, but luckily not for very long this time. Epic Games announced that for the second time the start of Fortnite Season 3 in Chapter 2 has been delayed. The new season will now kick off on Thursday, June the 11th, a 1-week delay from June the 4th. Fortnite players will remember that Season 3 was initially set to start all the way back in April, but was pushed back 2 months. Likewise, the Device end of season event has been delayed and will now kick off at 11 AM PT, 2 PM ET on that 7 PM for us guys in the UK on Saturday, June the 6th. Epic recommends you log in about 30 minutes early to be able to witness it live in-game as space is limited. This allows everyone more time to pick their appearance choices for Brutus, TNTina, Meowscles. Is that how you say it? I'm guessing because it's the big muscly cat. Meowscles. Well, it's a muscly cat, so I'm guessing it's like muscles, but Meowscles. Right. Sky, Midas, and Maya. You should also now have a little bit more room to wrap up any lingering Battle Pass challenges you might have, including, of course, the Location Domination Overtime challenges. Speaking of the Battle Pass, we recently updated our guides on swimming over hatches at the agency and all the storming the agency challenges. So yes, I mean, this is the bit that I was saying my daughter was particularly happy about. We caved. We literally, if I stand up, there's a window right in front of me here on the wall behind my setup, and if I stand up and look out of that window, I can see KFC from where I am, and we've not had KFC forever, pretty much. But yeah, anyway, we were doing shopping yesterday. It's a drive through KFC as well. So on the way back, windows down, sun's out. You're just like, oh, I'm hungry. Let's warm. Let's have the windows down. Listen to all the vehicles as you've just heard then in the background. Yeah, got a waft of KFC, and that was it. It was like when you watch those cartoons and you see, like I don't know, Sylvester or Tom and Jerry or something, and they smell like a cake or something. You just see them float following the that was pretty much me and Danielle in the car. Yeah, we got a waft of KFC, drove to KFC. So we're all sat down eating a family bucket of all the chicken last night, and then talking to Chloe, and she was like, I'm at level 84 on the Battle Pass, which is not bad. She's only been playing it for a couple of weeks. She's like, I'm level 84. I've got like a day left or whatever to get to level 100. I want to get to level 100 because I want the Midas gold skin, which you get at level 100. I was like, well, you're gonna have to smash it. 16 levels. If you absolutely smash it, you might be able to get through that. But she's not got any of the challenges left, so she's like, it's like a slow grind. Anyway, the fact that she's now got an extra week on that. As soon as I saw this article, I went in, told her before we came live, and she was like, yes,
It's buzzing.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I wonder why. And that's the thing. I wonder if it is covidness or if it's a case of they are programming it as they go. I wouldn't expect that from Epic. I mean, they did delay the end of the last season as well.
Yeah.
So me and Baby jumped in, smashed it. Last chapter. It was the first chapter. Chapter 1. That was the one that started pre-Christmas and had all the Star Wars stuff towards the end. Me and Baby jumped in, smashed it through that in minutes, and then after that they extended that. This one has been extended by 2 months, and then another week on top of it. It's just I wonder what the reasoning is.
Yeah, I mean, they may have just had better ideas as they're going along. I mean, I'm thinking of Epic, like they just sit there and just round a table and go, actually, I've got a better idea. Put that one on hold. We're going to make something else. I don't think it's like that at all. I think I'm just talking shit there. But yeah, it's they've only extended it by another week, haven't they? So that's very weird. Unless they're just doing more QA testing on it, which again you'd expect Epic to be doing thoroughly. Or they may have just found a bug as they're doing QA testing and just need a little bit more time. For me, when it comes down to stuff like this, you just take as much time as you need.
Yeah, I mean, it's the good thing with Epic though. I say with Epic, not necessarily like it happens all the time, but this time in particular, the good thing with it is yes, they've pushed season 3, chapter 2 end back 2 months, but then they've not gone. Oh well, that's it. Crack on, boys. We'll just throw you a few extra missions in. Jobs are good. And what they've done is okay. We will have one of the most viewed concerts in the world. And I'm pretty sure there's been something else. So there was the Travis Scott thing. I'm pretty sure there was another concert that followed it. I could be wrong.
Weezer.
Was it Weezer?
No, Weezer was like a year ago.
Okay. But there was, I think there was like some sort of like multi DJ sort of concert or something. Maybe I'm wrong. But either way, what the point I'm getting at is they've had content, but different content, big content. So it's like, oh shit, we've got a massive 2-month gap here. Let's put something huge in it to fill it. And then it's like, oh, we've got another week here. But yeah, a week is the kind of thing where you think, okay, a week delay. That's like Bibby says, QA stuff, or maybe they're just changing calendars so things ties and hit dates a bit better. So a week's neither here nor there. But the fact that they pushed it back 2 months and then a week, not the greatest thing. But if it's all going to be perfect and you can have stuff like Travis Scott doing his live gigs and whatever in between it and getting, was it 17 million people or whatever it was?
It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah. So do you know what? Fair play to him. Fair play, Epic. Yeah, I mean, I'm not bothered. I've had my one win in Chapter 2. I played with Chloe last week. Got a win. You know, one day in, gets a win, gets off again. Jobs are good.
Yeah.
See you next week, mate. That's all right, lad. So yeah, Chapter 2 is done for me. I've got my wins. I'll wait for Chapter 3. But anyway, a nice, simple article. If you are heavily into your Fortnite, which I know a lot of people are. I know a lot of people have dropped off, but if you want to jump back in, you want to try the new chapter, well, the new season, it doesn't begin until... where is it? We'll now kick off on Thursday, June the 11th. So, yeah, have an extra week playing PUBG because that's what we're all going to be playing. Isn't that right? Me and Jordan and no one else.
Isn't that right, we?
Anyway, if you're looking for something to play in the meantime, maybe you're thinking, okay, well, I was planning on Fortnite and Fortnite only. I don't know what else to jump into. Well, don't worry. We've got you covered. And I say we. I mean, Bib. Well, he found the article, but not just Bib. You know, I say us directly. We are Twitch partners. That's all I'm saying. So we single-handedly have led to this. We haven't, but you know, it's a cheesy link. I don't want to take some credit for it. So yeah, there you go. Twitch Prime is offering 5 free games in June, along with new loot offerings. There's actually, do you know, leave that for a second. There's actually shitloads of loot. Not that it's stuff that applies to me at the moment. But whenever I look at the notifications on Twitch, if you're watching on mobile or something like that, whenever you get 5 minutes spare, jump onto the browser and have a look there. Look at the top in the like somewhere kind of that sort of direction of the screen. You get a little notification bell. Click on that and you can see all of the Twitch Prime loot that's free, basically in-game cosmetics or add-ons or packs or whatever. Because there is shitloads. I looked at it the other day. There's like 15 new things. A lot of it, like I say, is irrelevant to me because a lot of it didn't apply. There was things like a Twitch Prime pack in FIFA, which I've redeemed, even though I'm never going to open, and things like that. But like, yeah, check it out. If you're only watching a mobile, you don't get to see all of the loot benefits. It doesn't flag up on there. Check it out in the browser. There's probably shitloads of stuff there. I would be surprised if you've not checked it, if there isn't at least one thing that you could just add into your games. Anything from Doom to FIFA to some mobile games and so on. But anyway, back in. So talking about Twitch Prime and loot. Twitch Prime is offering 5 free games in June, along with new loot offerings. This is written by Stephany Nunneley for VG247. The article says June's free games and loot for Twitch Prime members have been announced. Twitch Prime members can download 5 free games starting Monday, June the 1st, and there'll be plenty of free loot available for Prime users during the month. These 5 are Observer, Forsaken Remastered, Steel Rats, The Flame in the Flood, and Retro FPS Project Warlock. And don't forget that right now you can download 7 SNK games for nothing off the service, and more will be added over the summer. New drops are now available for Doom Eternal, Apex Legends, FIFA Ultimate Team, and more. On June the 4th, The fourth of 6 loot drops for Rainbow Six Siege will arrive, along with a new loot drop for Mafia City. Come June the 11th, the 7th of 12 loot drops for Apex Legends will become available, and more loot drops for the month are planned for RuneScape, Words with Friends 2, the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, Teamfight Tactics, Legends of Runeterra, and more. So hit up Twitch Prime to have a look at the current loot offerings. I've just told that, Steph. God, keep up. Oh, no, it's not like you wrote this yesterday or whatever. So yeah, pretty decent. I mean, the 7 SNK games. What is? I did see these. These are all like old school fighting games. There we go. Just click through to the article. What does SNK stand for? Is that the developer, or is that like a? I'm sat there thinking this clearly should mean something to me, and I'm thinking Jordan probably knows what that is, because if these are all fighting games, Jordan will absolutely know what this is. But yeah, I saw them all.
I think that's the abbreviation of the people who make the game.
Is it?
I don't think it's like. Oh shit! What's the something fighting community?
FGC, fighting game community. Yeah,
that's the fighting game community.
Yeah, I was like, is it a developer like the name of the developer, like BBC is British Broadcasting Corporation? Is SNK that, or is it an FGC? So I didn't know. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, I think so, because they've been going around for forever, haven't they? SNK, and they've always made fighting games since like the dawn of time. So yeah, I can't. It definitely is the manufacturer.
Yeah, there you go.
Video game.
And it says developer. Best fighting games on there are King of Fighters and Samurai Showdown, Absolute Beasts, and Chucky also saying SNK are a video game company. There you go. You learned something new. So if you good morning, Mr. Tassim Anvia Shin Nihon Kikao. Probably butchered that, but I'll just say yeah. There we go. Nailed it. We can all just pretend I did, and it's good, and we'll move on. Yay. Yeah. So there you go. If you have Twitch Prime. Not only do you get a free sub that you can, drop on this channel if you want to do, I'm just saying, whatever. But yeah, if you have Twitch Prime. Oh, it's taking forever to work. No. Oh, never mind. I was trying to play the Prime animation while I was talking, but it's underneath Chrome. Never mind. Yes, if you have Twitch Prime, you can get these free games now. So it says starting next week on May the 26th, Twitch Prime members can download free SNK games, and there will be 20 plus made available throughout the summer. This obviously came out 22nd of May, so a week ago. Make sure you check them out quickly, because once they're gone, they're gone. And if you want to play some King of Fighters 2000, 2002, Pulsar, Samurai Showdown, I might as well name them all now. Art of Fighting 2, Blazing Star, Fatal Fury Special, King of Fighters 2000, King of Fighters 2002, Pulsar, and Samurai Showdown 2. All of those are available for free to Twitch Prime subscribers. Just download them and launch them through the Twitch app. Jobs are good. As for the actual article that we're looking at, so there, Twitch Prime was giving another free 5 free games from June the 1st, as well as a bunch of other loot. So if you have Twitch Prime, make sure, if you have Amazon Prime, link it to your Twitch account, not just for the free subs. That's usually when you hear that on Twitch, is someone asking you to drop the sub on it. Just make sure you get free stuff. Make sure you get free stuff. There's no point if you're paying for Amazon Prime. Usually you're paying for the delivery benefits and things like that. Make sure you get your free games and loot as well, because it's worth it. You might as well. What about you? Can you see yourself playing any of those 5 free games, babe?
I do remember playing King of Fighters way back when at my mate's house. Can I remember what console it was? No, so I'm going to Google it. King of Fighters 2000. I want to say it's like fucking Sega Master System. No, it obviously wasn't. But what did I play it on? King of Fighters 2000. Neo Geo. Don't think it was that. Did it come out for the Sega Saturn? It might have been the Dreamcast. Yeah, I think it was the Dreamcast. Yeah, I'm not particularly a fan of fighting games because I am so bad at them, and I am the person that people hate to play against because I will just button bash the shit out of it to ensure that I try and get the victory. I'm just not very good at them. I can't remember the combos in my head for them, so it's just punch, punch, kick, jump, punch, punch, kick, jump. It's the same thing over and over again. I have downloaded them. Sorry, I've added them to my Twitch account, so they are there, along with a million other games that they've been giving away for over like the last 2 years. So I've just got an account full of games that I probably will never play because I don't have the Twitch. Believe it or not, as a Twitch partner, I don't have the Twitch desktop app because it seems to bring my PC to its knees every time I install that. It just the CPU heaviness of it. But yeah, it's free games. You can't argue with free games, can you?
It is like hugely heavy, the Twitch app. I have it in my startup, so my PC launches, and then the Twitch app launches, and I close it straight away. Goodbye.
Yeah,
just because, just because of the chugging on it in terms of like the amount of memory it uses just to run. Whether that's because it's a launcher and a streaming platform, so it's effectively a browser slash video player slash launcher all in one. But yeah, I get rid of it as well.
I'm just going to hijack the chat for just 2 seconds.
No worries, do it.
Chucky, I've downloaded a shitload of faces and I put them in the back end now. They're all good. But the one for Danny Almo is a CPK file, and I don't know how to put that into Cider. Is there any advice on how I can do that easily? Because every single one that I've downloaded with Danny Almo isn't got the ID number that I'd need. It's just a CPK file. Do we need something to extract it as a CPK to put it in the back end? I don't know.
It's important. We need to get this fixed because we've got Masters of the League straight afterwards, and we need Danny almost with a face. God. Yeah. Especially if he's on Firewatch, we get him a new face and he'll turn into an absolute potato for us. Xbox keeps crashing on Cacti Hills. Nice update. King of Fighters is really complex, especially on the combo system and neutrals, but it's really good. Samurai Showdown is hardcore. A guy I worked with at Sony was a pro Street Fighter player, and he got beat on main stage by a new player button masher and became an immortal meme everywhere. Heartbroken. Chucky says extract using CRI packed FileMaker. There you go.
Yep, on it now. I'm currently looking at a tutorial as we go as well.
Yeah, I remember. It's nowhere near a pro Street Fighter player getting beaten on a stage, but I remember being young, playing Street Fighter, and I can't remember. I think it was one of. I don't know if David's here. I think it was one of my brother's mates, and I was decent at Street Fighter. I wasn't amazing. I was good enough to fight my brother and my friends around me and things like that. But I think it was one of David's mates, or it might have been one of my cousins. I can't remember. Anyway, whoever it was ridiculously good, and I remember using Ryu, or Ryu as he's actually supposed to be called, but I call him Ryu because I'm from Yorkshire. Ryu? No, it's Ryu, love. So I remember using Ryu and just doing that thing where you crouch, so you squat down, and then you keep kicking, and your foot can go like super fast. And it wasn't even button mashing, it was one move man. And whoever it was I was fighting against was like absolutely melting everyone, and I just couldn't figure out how to get me. He'd jump over, but like do the jumping kick, and it just wouldn't hit me. He'd just land in my kicks, but then get caught because I'd hit him like 3 or 4 times, and then he'd fall back, and then I'd like make him dizzy or whatever. I'd go over and lob him, and then just crouch back down and start kicking again. Like, you can't keep doing that. That's cheating. It's fighting for me. I mean, I'm winning. Whatever, mate, whatever. So yeah,
that's the story of my life in fighting games. That's all I do. It's just the same shit over and over again. But then I feel like an absolute scummer when I do actually win because I've done the same thing. People spend years of their time dedicated to learning all the combos of all the players. So if anyone else was to choose a character, if they have to choose a different one, they've all got it ready made for them there. And then I just come in and just keep on punching and spamming the same shit over and over and over again. It's not a good look, and I'm ashamed a little bit. But then I get the win, and everything's fine.
Yes. There is definitely a huge difference between, for me, between where fighting games are now and where they used to be. Not that I was massively into them. I mean, I really enjoyed playing, say, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. As just a kid, that was my first entrance into fighting games. I really enjoyed it, really fun. Always have an affinity towards Street Fighter. Not that I'm a big fan of the series now. I can't tell you who any of the characters are. I can tell you everything about the characters in the first games. But yeah, I've always had a positive kind of like outlook on them since then. Same with Mortal Kombat. Love the Mortal Kombat games as well. Anything outside of Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I tend to like. It's all kind of lost on me. But I think that's because the game evolved in a direction that kind of didn't really drag me in. There was always some form of combos. Whether it was like actual hit combos, Tekken, that was another one actually. So Tekken, you get like 12 hit combo kind of thing like that, especially if you're using Eddie Gordo's capoeira, just juggling bodies in the air. But they evolved to the point where they literally have like 35 hit combos where you're just doing button presses, and it is an art form. It absolutely is, to know the timing, the skill, be able to hit it and then go through the combo, and it's insane. But I'm just thinking, I'm just watching a movie sequence now. I know it's not, because it's almost like a quick time. You've got to press the buttons and someone has to be doing it. It's not a premeditated thing. If someone fucks up, that 30 hit combo suddenly turns into a 12 and it stops and you're back in the fight. but it became too much of like, ugh. Because I'm looking at it like, I think of it as a spectator as well as a player. As a player, if you hit that, you think, I've just broken the world, I've broken the internet. Yes, absolute hero. But if you're just watching it, it's like, oh, it's not really a fight, is it? I'm just watching someone stuck in the air being juggled and hit and stuff. So I think once fighting games started to go down that sort of direction, that's where it lost me. I mean, not that that's any loss to fighting games, because when they went down that sort of direction, that's when they started to develop the huge fighting game scene that exists now. I mean, but that's probably where my drop off came in. David says, I think it might have been Carl because he used to kill it on Street Fighter or the knockoff Mortal Kombat on the Atari Jaguar. Yeah, that might be it. I think it was. It was Carl. It was Carl. I need a beat 'em up with Graham's professional sound effects as Chaos Right Zero. Mr. Locke, welcome in. Do you know what? I'll do it. I'll get you a download pack. I'll even get some of like the Street Fighter death sounds, like the where you hit like Guile in the face with an uppercut at the end, and they all have the same sort of thing. It's like Guile's is Eonda's is Chun-Li, woman, high pitched voice is It's like they all sound the same. Why are they the same person? But yeah, then you get like, what was it? Me and David used to do massively immature, where you'd get Chun-Li, and if you kick shitloads with Chun-Li, you get like what's the foot called, where the foot like almost looks like it's on fire, and then you get Eonda, and he does his 100-hand slap, and Eonda goes yeah, and then you've got Chun-Li going yeah. And if you do them both at the same time, 12-year-old boys think it sounds really funny. Yeah. Anyway.
If the FGC is looking for any commentators going forward, Graham is available with all of his sound effects for a very, very low price.
Very low. Psh, this stuff costs paper. Yeah. Fighting game community, meanwhile, suddenly stands back and goes, no, thanks, I think we're full. It's okay. Okay, so we just found out how Graham got his porn when younger. Hey, porn sounds, mate. Porn sounds. Yeah. But anyway, moving on. Twitch Prime offering 5 free games along with shitloads of free loot. Do you know what? Let's stick with free games. We like notifications? No, thank you. Go away. Next bit of news for the day. Borderlands, the handsome collection, is now free on the Epic Game Store. Gearbox's title replaces Civilization 6. Did you download Civ 6, babe?
I most certainly did.
Did you redeem it at least? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I didn't download it. Again, it's just another platform. I have actually got some games downloaded on Epic, but what we're about to talk about is something that I am super excited for. And it also coincides with something else as well, which I'll go into after this.
Interesting. Teasers. Hoof. Just like throwing the bait out there. Hook. Get ready to reel them in. Anyway, Borderlands: The Handsome Collection is now free to download from the Epic Game Store. We covered this last week and the week before. Obviously, GTA 6 the week before. Civ 6 has been free for the last week, and now that has been replaced by Borderlands: The Handsome Collection. So, released in 2015, the PC version of Gearbox's looter shooter has a Metascore of 82 on review aggregation site Metacritic, based on 49 reviews. Borderlands: The Handsome Collection replaces Civilization 6, which was free to download through the Epic Game Store last week, and will itself be replaced by a mystery title on June the 4th. Is it really a mystery? Wasn't it leaked? I think there was a leak. Anyway, the Epic Game Store's weekly free game promotion, which launched alongside the storefront in December 2018, will run throughout 2020. Sludge Life also released today and is free on the Epic Game Store until May the 28th, 2021. Wow, it's a long time. According to the official blurb, Sludge Life is a first-person / open world / vandalism-centric stroll through a polluted island full of cranky idiots, aka Hyde, and a vibe so thick you can taste it. People didn't seem to react to that one. I'm not sure whether he heard what I said.
No, sorry, it's because I opened Epic Game Store while you was talking, so you kind of went. What did you say, sorry?
Just reading, it just said like Sludge Life is also free, and it said according to the official blurb, Sludge Life is a first-person / open world / vandalism-centric scroll through a polluted island full of cranky idiots, also known as Hyde. and a vibe so thick you can taste it. Play as upcoming tagger Ghost set on staking their claim amongst the graffiti elite. The Epic Games Store recently launched its mega sale featuring discounts of 75% off selected titles until June the 11th, including Control for $23.99, Borderlands 3 for $24.99, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey for $16.49. It's also offering registered users a free £10/$10 coupon every time you use a £10 or $10 coupon on an eligible game or add-on priced $14.99 or $13.99 in pounds or above during the sale period. You'll receive an additional £10 coupon. Long story short, you spend your £10 coupon, you'll get another one. Job's good. The Epic Games Store now lets users self-refund qualifying purchases, while upcoming features include a mod marketplace. Ooh. And an achievement system. Earlier this month, it was reported that Epic is also offering partial refunds if you buy an Epic Games Store title, which goes on sale shortly afterwards. Interesting news. So, Borderlands Hands of Collection free to download. Sludge Life also free to download. £10/$10 discount codes that will replace themselves once you've used them, and then you can self-refund purchases. Plus, there's a mod marketplace and an achievement system, and they're also doing refunds for games that have just gone on sale. Pretty big news. A lot of news there, babe. What was your hook?
Well, if you are a massive fan of the Borderlands franchise, but not only that, any kind of 2K franchise, they may have had your back today, because the Borderlands Handsome Collection, the Legendary Collection, is actually available on the Nintendo Switch as of today, and so is the BioShock Collection. Both are available on the Nintendo Switch as of today. 2K have now released them on there. So you know what? So if you did play the Borderlands 2 on your PS Vita, like I did many moons ago, you have the ability to be able to play them on the go again on the Nintendo Switch. Am I going to buy them again, Graham, is the question that I hear you rattling through your head.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because why not? I bought Borderlands 2 on Xbox 360, PC, PS4, PS Vita, and now 5 times. That's almost as much as I bought Resident Evil 4. But it's just one of them games that I absolutely adore it.
Yeah. Just looking at what I was saying then. So obviously, one thing I did mention was we know what the surprise game that's coming after Borderlands is, surely, because I mean, I'll hold my camera up to the screen, not my phone up to the camera, should I say? Not that you're probably going to see it because it's on your phone. But this image kind of shows you the games that are being released. So we have GTA there, up there even, then Civ 6, and then if you move along, Borderlands the Handsome Collection, and then if I move along again, Ark Survival Evolved. So it's not been announced yet, it's a mystery game, but all of the mystery games have been leaked previously. So make sure you download Borderlands the Handsome Collection, and then get all of the games on all of the formats 27 times, just like Bibby does. And then what he does, once he's downloaded all of the games 27 times on different formats, he plays a completely different game on another format, because that's what Bib does. And then Ark Survival Evolved next week. Job's a good one.
What can I say? I like to play a lot of different games. That's the thing that I like. I like to form my opinions on most things, though, by actually experiencing them. Like, if I want to talk about something, I want it to come from a place where, I kind of want to give more than just the top level stuff. And that's why I play a lot of shit games. I mean, I will give any game a go. I say this all the time. I'll give any game a go. Any game a go if the controls are good, the storyline's good. If it's a multiplayer game, chances are it needs to be fun. But storyline game, story's good, controls are tight. I will continue to play that game, more than likely to actually finish it. But it's like going back to play Saints Row 4. I remember that game being a little bit clunky, a lot of slowdown on the Xbox 360. I'm playing it again on my Games Pass on PC now, and it feels a million times better than what it ever did on the Xbox 360. So I'm enjoying playing that again at the moment, as well as a million other games. Just what it is, isn't it?
So just give me 1 second. I am trying to... boo. I was trying to see if I could give Jordan his name in lights. He's just said in the chat, my name should be in the credits for Borderlands 2 PS Vita. So I've just found the credits for Borderlands 2 PS Vita, and there is no Jordan Eastwood in it, so I think he lied. Just lie for me. But yeah, there is the QA team and stuff within there, unless he's under a different name. Let me search for Judd. Jude Norris, is that you? I mean, it's only on mobygames.com/game/PS Vita/Borderlands 2/credits, so it's not necessarily right. It says Borderlands 2 credits. There's 831 people credited, 786 developers, and 45 thanks. So you may just be under a studio name. So say if you were doing QA, if there is a whatever studio, you may just be under that. But there you go. Where am I? I've lost the article. There we go. So have you? What games are in the Handsome Collection again?
In the Handsome Collection, so it should be pre-sequel 1 and 2.
Was it 1? I thought, I can't remember. Yeah, I was thinking it was like there was the pre-sequel 2 and something else. I didn't think 1 was in it because that's what kind of like made me think, oh, okay. But maybe I'm not. That's annoying. I should be in a few. Just go to check it out. Link us up. I
think the Legendary one. I haven't checked everything that's in there, but I think the Legendary one may have the Minecraft one, not the Minecraft one. Tales from the Borderlands, the Telltale one.
Apparently, that's like one of the best Telltale games. Apparently.
Yeah, I heard that too. I haven't played it, but apparently it is one of the best.
I mean, I don't know if I could say apparently any more times. And apparently, that's meant to be one of the best. Apparently so. Okay. So let's just jump back over that. Borderlands: The Handsome Collection is now free to download from the Epic Store. Well, it is until June the 4th, and it's going to be replaced by a mystery title that sounds like Schmark, Schmavival, Schmivolved, or something like that. Maybe. I don't know. It's a mystery title. It's Ark Survival Evolved, by the way. Just say. And then also, I want to look at this. I want to look at Sludge Life. What are we looking at? This game contains mature content. Does it? Sludge Life.
Sludge Life.
Does it? Okay, well, let's have a look.
That's new.
No ways that it's like Sesame Street. Oh, but there's a thing with a fag in a bin. So it's Sesame Street on crack. It feels so rude to my booty. What? The hell? I have Salford Simulator. It looks like it. It looks bizarre. Oh well, there you go. That is free. If you want to get it, there you go. Just click the button. You can get it for free. Save yourself $11.99. It will be at that price until 2021. That was also within that article. But we've got one more bit of news. Let's move forward. Let's keep up with the pace. We're going at good speed today.
Oh, I've got something else as well. It's not video game related, but it could help us down the line. Did you know that Twitter now has scheduled tweets?
What? As in native within Twitter?
Yeah. So if you go to make a tweet now, there's a calendar next to it, and you can schedule your tweets, so you don't have to use things like Sprout or Hootsuite or whatever any other one that people use.
I wonder if they're rolling it out to like. Yeah, I've got no calendar on mine.
I have for mine. I go to press tweet on my PC, and then there's like a little button at the bottom next to the emoji, like a calendar.
Tweet. Oh yeah, there is on browser, not on my mobile.
Oh yeah, I can't see it on my mobile.
Ah, I did not know. There you go. Something new. It looks like a town with no name for the Saturn. I don't know what that is. I know what the Saturn is, obviously, but I don't know what a town with no name is. Yeah, obviously I'm going to know what Saturn is. It's a massive planet.
Duh.
No, I'm joking. I know that it's not just a planet. It's also a wrestler. Hey, Perry Saturn, 4 horsemen. Pew, 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 pew. Jumping into the next news. Let's move on quickly.
Is this the last news of the day?
This is the last news of the day. Flying today.
Yeah, flying. 45 minutes. Let's go.
Microsoft open to your suggestions for more Xbox back-compat games, written by Tom Phillips for Eurogamer, and a nice tasty article to finish on as well. In a new blog post summing up the Xbox Series X's backwards compatibility features, Microsoft has hinted it may not be done adding more games to its back-compat program. While much of the blog serves to reconfirm details first revealed exclusively to Digital Foundry back in March, Microsoft does include the following line about expanding its catalogue in the future. The team also continues to listen to feedback from the community on additional titles you would like to see added to the compatibility program. Resurrecting titles from history often presents a complex mix of technical and licensing challenges, but the team is committed to doing everything we can to continue to preserve our collective gaming legacy. Almost a year ago, Microsoft drew a line under its popular Xbox One back-compat program after ensuring more than 600 games from the original Xbox and Xbox 360 era now work on Xbox One. The same team has now been working to ensure almost all of Xbox One's 3,000 odd games, as well as those 600 older titles, all work well on the Xbox Series X. As Digital Foundry reported a couple of months back, Series X will allow for older games to benefit from automatically applied HDR as a system-level feature, regardless of whether games had their own HDR mode originally. That's pretty cool. There's the potential for games to offer improved frame rates too. We're exploring ways of improving maybe a curated list of games, compatibility program lead Peggy Lowe said. Things that we're looking at include improving resolution for games, improving frame rates, maybe doubling them. Almost all of the most popular 360 games did become backwards compatible, if not available to purchase again on Xbox One, but there were a few exceptions. Alas, lost via Domus. I never did get all your achievements. Are there any missing candidates you still want? Question mark, asks Tom Phillips at the end of the article. That's go on.
When do we start the protest of getting PES 6 involved in that as well, so we can continue to play them? Because you can't play any of the PESs on the Xbox One, as far as I'm aware, and that came out for the 360.
We don't. We leave it. Is the answer to the question, because we played PES 6 on the Xbox 360 without any patches and stuff, and I mean, are all the patches and stuff going to be in there? Does it work like that with back-compat, or do you just get what's on the disc? Because if that's the case, then we'll just
skip over it.
Yeah.
We'll wait for the PS2. Well, hopefully PS5 will play PS2 games and we can just enjoy that version. SmackDown versus Raw on Xbox One would be neat. Mate, 1 second. I bought this about 3 weeks ago, if not maybe 2 weeks ago, just for General Manager mode. GM mode is the best mode on any SmackDown versus Raw game, and this one, for me, had the best roster. So, yeah, I had to rebuy it again. It was like £3 off eBay.
See, SmackDown versus Raw. That's after Here Comes the Pain and that sort of era, innit? That's like
it's 360. Yeah.
Yeah, I dropped off by then, so I don't think I've ever played that.
It's brilliant. The General Manager mode is the best mode of any wrestling game ever. It's basically, you are a general manager. You have to compete. You have to choose Raw or SmackDown, and you have to compete against the other brands. So if you choose SmackDown, you will have a set amount of wrestlers on your books, and you need to sign them onto more contracts. You write the storylines for them. You set the matches out, because you want the ratings to take them away from Raw, and then you have a year to do so. But then you can also trade wrestlers between the brands, and if their contract runs out in the other one, you can sign them, but you only have X amount of money. Basically, it's like a transfer market for your the general manager. It's a brilliant game mode. The amount of attention to detail that's in the GM modes are amazing, and that is the number one thing that people want back in the newer versions of the wrestling games. When 2K sent out their questionnaire, that was number one, right at the top by an absolute landslide of what people want.
What, the GM mode?
Yeah, back in the game, because the universe mode is okay, but it's nowhere close to what the GM mode used to be.
So what's the universe mode for someone that hasn't played a wrestling game?
It's essentially what I've just explained about the GM mode, but it's hella stripped back.
Okay.
So basically, like what you get in new PES games now, and you had all the stuff from yesteryears, like create a stadium, create your boots and stuff like that. All the stuff that we enjoyed in the old ones that you might not have in the new ones is very much like that. So even though the games evolve and get better and better and better visually, sometimes you have to strip back on some of the stuff that actually makes the community want to get involved with making stuff.
There was a line within this. There we go. So this comment from... Does it say who's saying it? I'm trying to find who's saying it. Okay. I can't find the name who's saying it. The blog post says, the team also continues to listen to feedback from the community on additional titles you would like to see added to the compatibility program. Resurrecting titles from history often presents a complex mix of technical, and this is the bit, and licensing challenges. I reckon that's probably the issue, particularly with the games that we're mentioning, the sports games. Obviously WWE Sports Entertainment, but But I imagine, much like Pez signs Manchester United and has their kits that are either Umbro or Nike or Adidas, depending on the time zone that they're taken from. They can't then use those teams with those players because those players, you can't remake that game with those players because those players are no longer covered by FIFA Pro licenses and the kits and stuff like that. I imagine the WWE games are similar in the fact that, I mean, I mentioned Perry Saturn. He wrestled in WWE many years ago. WCW doesn't now, so I imagine they would probably have to get contracts set up with him. So that's probably the reason why we're not going to get Camaldino's request of SmackDown versus Raw in 2007 anytime
soon. It's the same
soon.
with Tony Hawk stuff. Like, the reason we're having to remaster it and not have all of the soundtracks from the original ones is because they don't have access to that license again. They've had to re-sign all the bands to a newer license so they can remake the games again. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD, that was on the Xbox 360, was on the marketplace for a while, and then it had to get taken down because the music license ran out on it again. It's just small things like this that only have a small amount of time to be able to use, and then you can't use them again. It's like probably the reason why we don't see any of the others, like you say, is beginning of PES 2. You have "We Will Rock You" at the beginning as the intro song. They won't have the license to be able to redo that again. They'd have to. What PES was recently? Was it 2016 that they reused that, or was it 17? Queen in the intro.
I can't remember.
It was more one of the more recent ones, if I believe, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, it's just one of them things. Your license runs out, you fucked it. It's why it's usually storyline games and stuff like that that don't have any of the licensing things in there that tend to get pushed over again because it's quite easy. The chances are they own all the assets at the studio; they don't have to buy any.
Yeah, and often it's the bigger budget games as well that don't have any issues. Usually because the bigger budget games have the ability to produce and compose and have their own music created. My Amazon package is out for delivery. Nice. So, yeah, the bigger budget games have the ability to get their own score created, whereas lower budget games will have to buy in music, which then they usually have a license for a restricted set amount of time, or for yes, you can have it for this game, but any remastered and stuff is another purchase of the license and stuff. So, yeah, or the mid-level games that might want actual music you recognise, like you mentioned in PES 2 or PES 5, which starts with Clubfoot by Kasabian, which is
tune.
Yeah, that's probably my favourite opener for a PES game as well. No, I mean, I think that's part of the reason why PES 5 is my favourite game. Like, there's so many bits about it that I like, but yeah, that bit where you got like the sort of ambient, sort of like almost guitar-y noise at the beginning, like, and then you get the down 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 down. But yeah, anyway, there you go. If anyone does want to hire out the GD sound effects wagon, then feel free.
We'll create a soundboard for you guys on the Apple Play Store, the Apple iStore and the Google Play Store, just for your benefit. So
I mean, I literally can see multiple streams on the internet now. That's their intro music starting off. There you go. That's it. That's another stream started. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to start commissioning soon. Get it. It's free now. Get it while you want it. Get it while you want it. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. Microsoft is open to suggestions for more Xbox backwards compatible games. So we've had SmackDown vs. Raw. We've had PES 16 for the 20th anniversary. Was it? It was. Yeah. Well done, GG Cam. It was. I mean, not that
LMA Manager 2007, but again, it falls under the licenses and other players. That was an absolute banger of a game.
Do you know, I absolutely missed it as well. I'm going to hit this. Didn't even see Chris, Mr. Locke, dropping that.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Yeah! Thank you for the follow, KS Riot Zero, a.k.a. Mr. Chris Locke, a.k.a. the world's best Solid Snake cosplayer in the world. I know, you can't be the world's best Solid Snake cosplayer in the world if you're not the best in the world at being in the world. So I ended up just getting the games until 2010, just to rip the music so I could make the WWE CD songs versions sound like what's used on the show. As in like the WWE CD songs on the discs vary from the ones that they use on the show. Is that what you mean? I remember when we used to listen back in the day, like WWE The Music Volume 1, 2, 3, whatever it was back then. And I remember, having to record off the TV because it had, say, like a longer or different opener. Like I remember The Undertaker. What was it? Was it a Mania one, or it was The Undertaker when he first used rolling? It wasn't like the one that you actually got on the CD or whatever. Like Dead Man Walking, and then like yeah. Anyway, I can't remember. Anyway,
Cut it now. You've gone and made a big mistake. That was it. That was the one before. I think he had rolling. He had that one.
he didn't have rolling for long enough for me. That was badass. I remember that. Was that like Shut Your Mouth or something when you had the was Fred Durst actually in it? I can't remember.
Yeah, you had to unlock him. Yeah.
But you used to have the rolling, like celebration kind of thing within the game, so you could taunt your opposing players, which used to be good. Like you'd beat a player and he'd go stand outside the ring when you're playing against the AI. How do I get him in the ring? Taunt. It's like it's almost like dickhead. What? Oh, you want some, mate? I'll come back in there. And yeah. Anyway. So 600 games from the Xbox 360 era, plus all or almost all of Xbox One's 3,000 odd games will be available on Series X through the backwards compatibility program. I mean, that's one thing I will have to say. Xbox have owned the messaging on. We've said it before, so it's not as if I've just made some sort of epiphany. This is kind of what we feel, and we've covered a few times on the Scoop. When it comes to back-compat, Xbox, not just for the Series X, but Xbox for the last generation has been killing it. Maybe that's because they've not been killing this generation, so they needed to kill something. And I was like, no, like the fact that they've gone through and made 600 old titles available, and that, when I say old, I mean the first couple of gens of Xbox consoles. It must be harder to get those to play properly on super powered tech, because you're obviously, it's like getting slate and chalk technology trying to work with the internet. I mean, they're completely different things. So making the jump for these 3,000 titles from the Xbox One to the Series X, that's probably easier than it is to make the older stuff work. But the fact that they've had that in their mind has probably made them think, okay, we need to kind of think of forward compatibility when we're having things produced for the Xbox as well. So they've probably had a good head start. Those old 600, even though it's like a third or whatever it is, or a sixth or whatever it is, that sort of region. Fifth, a fifth, that's what it is, 1/5, 20%, even though it's only 20% of the 3,000 games from this gen. I bet there's a lot more work for those 600 titles than it is for these. However, Sony have committed to delivering the top 100 games, whereas Xbox have delivering almost all of 3,000 games. It shows you there's a big difference there when it comes to that sort of thing. PS5 removed the backwards compatibility stuff on their website. It's because they're too busy focusing on winning another generation rather than trying to let people relive the old ones. That's what it is, Jordan. That's what it is. Sorry. Skate 3 looks amazing in 4K. Looks like a next-gen game. See, that doesn't surprise me. A lot of games, if you upgrade the visuals, will look next-gen-ish, but does it look fully next-gen? Does it look like a game that you could play on the next-gen, or does it look like a game that's been designed for the next-gen? So playing through Mafia 2, looks like a next-gen game, but it won't look as good as Mafia, which has been remade, should I say.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I meant current gen, sorry. Same sort of thing. I mean, visual upgrades is all nice, but then you've got all of the stuff like the control systems and whatever that comes within it. But yeah. Anyway, let's wrap things up. We know the score. We know what's happened. If you've got an Xbox, you will be able to play a shitload of old games, just nothing decent from any time now going forward, because it's Xbox. I'm not joking. That's all purely for Jordan's benefit. Do you know? Actually, I went to Tesco, where Gray buys his best clothes, literally, because that's what I'm getting onto. I went to Tesco the other day and saw they had a nice Xbox One t-shirt. It was only like 10 quid or whatever, and I thought, I've been wearing my PlayStation basketball top. I need to balance it out a bit just so that I don't seem fanboyish. So I've invested in an Xbox top. But yeah, there you go. I'll wear it for you the next time we have an inside Xbox coverage bit, which is like in 2 weeks or whatever it's roughly going to be, even though they haven't announced it. Then I'll have it there. What does it look like? Do you know what, Pim? We'll wrap things up. I'll let you do the outro-y sort of stuff while I just run and grab my t-shirt for Jordan. Yeah.
Okay, no problems. Well, guys, thank you very much for stopping by for this week, for the 5 episodes of The Scoop that we've done so far. Each and every single weekday we go live with the video game news from around the world, delivered to you in a very small package, delivered online, live at 10 a.m. on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, or later on in the afternoon on your favourite podcast services, which are Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes,
Google Play.
Google Play, there we go, the one that no one listens to anything on. But we will be back on Monday with The Scoop at 10 a.m. And I see Graham just running back to his desk with his t-shirt, I think. So I will leave it over to him.
I need to, because my camera still has my green screen filter on. So turn off chroma key. Boop. There we go. So I tried to hold it up and you couldn't see the green. so there you go. Just a nice simple Xbox t-shirt.
Actually quite nice, that.
Yeah, 10 quid. Can't complain. How much was it? Yeah, £10. It's an official diffuse.com £10 Xbox licensed t-shirt kind of thing from Tesco. So yeah, job's good. Nice, big, comfy, decent fit as well and everything. Can't complain. But yes, as Bib said, 10 a.m. on Monday, we will be back with the next episode of The Scoop. He's told you where you can find all of the on-demand content, so I don't need to go over that. But, okay, even though I've just asked you to do the wrap-up, Bib, is there anything else that you would like to add to the stream?
Yes. As always, we do take all of your news stories and we look to try and include them as much as we can in the show. So if you have got any news stories that you see over the weekend, then do feel free to get in contact with us. I'm scrambling as fast as I can to put the chat button on, but it is at We've Got with Beanio, at Graham_Day, and of course at Ice Cream Uploads. We'll take your thoughts and impressions and then give you our thoughts and impressions on our next show, which is at what time again, Mr. Graham Day, on Monday?
10 a.m.
Ish.
Ish.
Hopefully we can go live at 10 because I need to leave pronto on Monday. Again, this is probably a good way to suggest that we're not doing the Masters of the League on Monday. It'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday next week because it is my wedding anniversary, and I want to try and make my wife very happy that day for at least one day a year.
So yes, bang on the money. Count on it now. 10 a.m. The Scoop Monday morning. But you know what? Before Monday, what are you doing now, ladies and gentlemen? Are you all busy? No, you've just got a nice chill Friday afternoon, yeah, nice. Okay, well, we are, Ed the Caveman, hey, he's back, just in time for us to jump off, Ed. However, I was just about to say then, we're going to go offline now, and then come straight back online. So hang around at the channel. I say straight back online. It could be anywhere between 10 seconds and 10 minutes because we have to get green screens and start up all of the multiple technologies that we use. We said before, we use a mixture of like Skypes and Discords and Parsec to do remote PC play together. Anyway, the Master League stream where we control Ice Cream Uploads FC will be following this. So hang around in the channel, just leave us there and we will be back on within 10-15 minutes-ish. So yes, eFootball PES 2020, as Ed Caveman has just said in the chat, we will be back live within 10. So have yourselves a lovely day if you are dropping off. If you are sticking around, we'll see you soon. Either way,
stay frosty.
Yeah.